Yo, what is up, guys? Draco Sean here, back with another video. Firstly, I want to apologize for not posting sooner. Well, I'm here because actually perfect timing because the chapter's coming out, I think, tomorrow or Friday, I think. But anyway, we're here now. My reasons for not posting last week or so is because what was it? I was actually on vacation. Just relaxing, but now I'm back. I've been getting drunk as well the last couple of days, so just trying to keep myself sane right now. But we're here now, so that's all that matters. Chapter 1056, I want to talk about it. I do want to talk about the cover story because the boy is back. The GOAT Katakuri, one of the best characters in the post-time skip, I would say, if not the best, is back with his main boy Aben, and I don't know how Germa are gonna survive. It probably will be through plot armor because, let's be real here, Katakuri could beat these guys easily by himself. So we'll see where that goes. But that cover story is getting interesting, definitely. So we'll see where that goes. There is a theory that those two people that we saw in the original part of the cover story could be the Blackbeard Pirates members. So that could be a thing. So we have to see. But yeah, I'm excited for the cover story. We'll see where that goes. And it's good to see Katakuri again. Let's talk about the chapter. I want to get the small stuff out of the way, so the Wano stuff, because I don't really care too much about it. I don't like this arc, and I have no qualm saying it, and I don't care about some of these characters. But anyway, so the stuff with the Raizo and Shinobu thing, they're fine, they're not dead, obviously. Good to know, whatever, not surprising. Kinemon, it has a gag scene about knowing who Sukiyaki is. Sukiyaki decides to reveal himself. You know, I think he said he wasn't going to reveal himself, but okay, I guess he's done it. Cool, done, whatever. Yamato at the end of the chapter wants to go run to Luffy. Cool, interesting, whatever. Yeah, and then they have a reunion with Hiyori and Momonosuke. Whatever, fine. Nothing else really to talk about other than that stuff, and then we go to the worst part about this chapter, I think. So this is the part of the chapter where it's pissed me off, and it's definitely the reason why this chapter is not a solid 10 out of 10, and that is the stuff with Carrot. Now, Carrot is a character that was a potential Straw Hat candidate, so she should be getting screen time, but this is ridiculous. So apparently Inu and Neku want to go stay in Wano, right? And they want to be serving Momonosuke. What I don't understand about this whole thing, first of all, is well, there's so many issues. Firstly, the main issue is, why can't the Minks just stay in Wano with the samurai and form one collective unit? Because it's implied that the Kozuki clan and the Minks have been friends for so many generations. So that's why Odin told the Scabbards to always go find the Minks, because they'll be our greatest allies. Why can't the Minks just stay on Zou with the Kozuki clan in Wano? Why can't they just be one whole army at this point? So I didn't understand that. But then the other reason, which was stupid, was, why is it Carrot? Like, even she says it herself, like, why is it me? And Oda's just trying to find an excuse to make Carrot relevant. That's the real reason behind it. Like, let's not, like, try not to overthink this, like, Carrot's done something impressive. Carrot hasn't done nothing impressive to make her think she's a leader. She has no qualities of a leader. She's young as hell. Like, she's super young. I think she's even younger than Usopp and Chopper. I mean, she's young as hell. She's like a kid. And they want to make her, because she's just irrelevant. She knows the Straw Hats. That's their logic. It's so stupid. It's just an excuse for Carrot to do something. We know if there was an option of who should be ruling the Minks, it should be Sicilian, I think, because he's Inu's right hand man. In this case, if Pedro was alive, it would be Pedro. But we know it's Inu. I mean, it's Sicilian in this case. But I don't understand it. It's just so forced, it's stupid, and it makes no sense. So that stuff, rubbish. And it's just forced, and I don't care. What else? And then we get to the interesting stuff. So Robin tells Frankie about Pluton, which is super important because obviously Pluton is a big part of Frankie's story, obviously, with the whole Tom and Water 7 stuff. So that's interesting. But the biggest thing about this chapter, because I want to get to some of the biggest stuff about this chapter. So the first big thing in this chapter is Caribou. So Caribou is there. He's listening in on the conversation, which I find it interesting that the Straw Hats haven't picked up on him. Maybe they have, but they haven't picked up on him. But he finds out that Pluton is in Wano. Now, the interesting thing is, Caribou says there is a certain someone who would like to hear what he has to say. I can't think of anyone other than Blackbeard. People are saying the revolutionaries. I don't see that because unless Caribou is a secret revolutionary, but from what we know about Caribou, he's a slime ball. He will pick the bigger side, and Blackbeard would make the most sense. Because obviously it's not Kaido or Big Mom, because he would have gone up to them and told them. It's clearly someone else. So it's clearly Blackbeard. I think it has to be Blackbeard. I can't think of anyone else. And I'm really excited for Blackbeard because finally Blackbeard can come into the story now and do his thing. And I think this can lead to some great consequences. I want there to be some consequences. I want Wano to suffer again under someone, because this country has been having it too easy with this shit. Because this arc for me is just not doable. It just doesn't make any sense. It's so easy the way Luffy just won against Kaido and Big Mom. It's just ridiculous. That's why this is one of the worst arcs. But if Blackbeard can come in here and actually do some damage, oh, I would love to see that. I'm 100% on Team Blackbeard for that. Because this is ridiculous, like this arc. So this kind of information is interesting. And this could also lead to the prophecy of Fishman Island being destroyed, where Luffy was in the picture with Madame Shirley. So this could lead to all this stuff, which has kind of been foreshadowed for a while. So Blackbeard invading Fishman Island and Wano is a possibility. So keep an eye on Blackbeard, definitely. And keep an eye on Caribou, as well. Now, the next big thing. Is, so we have a funny scene of Luffy's Kid and Law again, the big trio of the supernova. And they're deciding where to go. And it's funny because there's 3 islands, and Oda did foreshadow in the Road to Laughter. If you haven't seen that, Oda foreshadowed basically that there was going to be 3 islands that are considered to be where the Straw Hats are going to go for the Road Poneglyph. So one of them is Elbaf, I think Vera, and I forgot the other one, Fullerled, where Blackbeard is. So those 3 islands look like where the Straw Hats are going. So I think Luffy, Law, and Kid are going to go to one of these 3 islands. Now, I'm assuming Luffy's going to go to Elbaf, and Kid and Law might go to one of the other 2. Which is interesting because this could lead to a confrontation with Blackbeard. But from what we know, Blackbeard's not in his island, because it's implied that he's setting sail to go and get something before the Marines get it. So I'm assuming if Kid or Law go to Fullerled Island, Blackbeard will not be there. So that's something very important to note as well, guys. Maybe he will be there by now, because it's been so many days since that announcement. So he might be back. So we don't know. But the biggest thing is Buggy. Now, we know Buggy became an emperor. We just didn't know how. And one of the theories was that some of the warlords joined him. And, well, we were right. I mean, I was surprised. So, MIHAWK joining him, it's interesting. Obviously, there's more to it. Crocodile was it's good to see Crocodile come back. I like Crocodile a lot. Good to see him back in the story. I was surprised that Weevil isn't going to be part of this, because you think that, because remember with Weevil and Buckin, well, Buckin is using Weevil to get money, and we know Buggy's whole thing is about money at this point, especially what Buggy has done, because what Buggy just did in this chapter is nuts. But the point is that Buggy is an emperor, and he's got Crocodile and MIHAWK with him. And with Crocodile, that means Mr. One is probably part of this crew. And with MIHAWK, you have a whole army. Like, MIHAWK alone is the reason why Buggy has become a Yonko. I think that's pretty obvious. And they formed something called the Cross Guild, which I kind of like that name. That's kind of a dope name, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm surprised Weevil's not part of it. So I'm going to assume that Weevil is going to play a role in the future with something else, maybe, that we don't know. Maybe he's going to have a confrontation with Luffy, maybe. We'll see. But I'm excited for that. But the biggest thing about this Cross Guild is that they're issuing bounties on Marines. That is... Now, I don't know who came up with that idea. If it was Buggy or Crocodile. Now, I'm going to say this quickly as well. I think Crocodile's whole thing about the Cross Guild thing, I think that might have been his idea. And he's using Buggy as a figurehead. And I think MIHAWK is there because for one reason, I think MIHAWK wants, because from what we know about MIHAWK actually, if you read the Viva cards and the data books and all that stuff, you know that MIHAWK is someone who loves to fight. He loves to fight and he likes to challenge himself. And I think this is part of that as well, where I think by going after the Marines, I think we're going to see MIHAWK go after some admirals. And that is going to be spicy. Very spicy. Especially the admirals aren't looking so good right now. And also, I do want to point this out as well about MIHAWK. I've seen a lot of people say, like, even my boy King of Lightning, shout out to King of Lightning, or even JD Legend, like some of these guys, I've heard them say that it's an L for MIHAWK. I'm just like, really? Like, I mean, I don't understand that, because I read the chapter and I was just like, how? Because this is a huge W for MIHAWK fans, because I've been saying that MIHAWK has to be close to Shanks. Even if you think Shanks is stronger than MIHAWK, right? Even if you believe that, they're still close some way. And the fact that MIHAWK is joined Buggy and Buggy has become an emperor, it could be other reasons. Well, maybe because the whole thing about him issuing bounties on Marines, or maybe it's the whole, maybe he's got other people that we don't know about. But from what we know, it's MIHAWK and Crocodile. Those are the two main people under Buggy right now. And I'm excited for that. And Crocodile, I would say, if I was to scale Crocodile in terms of strength, he's like commander level. But MIHAWK joining is huge for Buggy. But it's so exciting to see that. And then another big thing in this chapter also we get is Law giving Kid a rubbing of the road poneglyph. That is interesting. I guess Law wants to give Kid a chance, I guess. I think Law has developed a soft spot for Kid as he has for Luffy, I guess. Even though they won't admit it, they are kind of like friends at this point. But what's interesting is they're bringing back this whole thing about Kid again. That when he went to Whole Cake Island, we don't know what Kid did there, but apparently now we do know. It's fully confirmed now. So Kid went to Whole Cake Island and he did get a road poneglyph. So that is super important. But the weird thing is, I still don't understand is, why is Oda hiding the commander? Like, it's so weird, because it's like, because they keep mentioning, right? It's like because they mention it's like the one we forced that Big Mom commander to hand over. So we don't know which commander that is. To me, it has to be either Snack or Smoothie. Smoothie would be the most sense, because Smoothie is more relevant than Snack, I feel like. But yeah, that again. So the stuff with that is really interesting. So I hope we do get more into Kid, because I do think after this arc, and I think Kid has been shafted to the deep end by Oda. Like, Oda has really ruined Kid, and Kid is not the only character that's been ruined in this arc, by the way. But Oda has done a terrible job with Kid. But the biggest thing from this at the end is the man marked by flames. Don't know who the heck that is. So there's some hints we can take about this guy. So this guy has some ties to the One Piece, and he's got like a scar from what we know, because the scar, the man marked by flames means he has some sort of scar shaped like fire. Now, a lot of people are saying this either it could be Sabo or Aokiji. I don't know why it would be Sabo, because what kind of ties would he have to the to the One Piece? And same thing with Aokiji. Aokiji is just a Marine. What kind of ties would he have to the One Piece? What kind of hints would he have? Does Aokiji know where the road poneglyph is, and that's why everyone wants him? I think it's someone else. I think it's someone that everyone knows about. It's someone mysterious. And I think the person it could be is Scopper Gaban. I don't know why. I've seen that name thrown a lot, and I think it makes a lot of sense. We don't know anything about Scopper Gaban. He's part of the monster trio of the original Roger Pirates. And I do have some theories about Scopper Gaban actually that I do want to share. But I think it could be Scopper Gaban. He might have got a scar in the future. We don't know. But the point is, I think, is Aokiji. I don't understand how it could be him, because what could he have? The only thing he could possibly have is a road poneglyph, maybe. But it's implied that the man marked by flames has something else that we don't know about. So again, that is very interesting, I think. So hopefully we get more into that. And Kid is after him, and it's interesting because Robin and Law have a serious expression on their face. So this guy is clearly someone important, I guess. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, that's mostly the chapter, guys. But oh yeah, I wanted to share something about Scopper Gaban. Sorry, my bad. So the whole thing with Scopper Gaban is, I have a theory that he's actually, well, I think my theory is that he was originally a member of the Rocks Pirates. So I think he is actually the Silver Axe that Sengoku was talking about. Because remember, Sengoku mentioned Silver Axe as a member of the Rocks Pirates, and we were like, who is Silver Axe? Well, it could be Gaban. And we don't know when Gaban actually joined the Roger Pirates as well, so you got to think about that. But yeah, I think that's a good way to tie in the rock stuff as well, because maybe we might get some Rocks Pirates lore with Gaban maybe. So that'll be interesting. But I think the man marked by flames is Gaban, and then the Crossguild stuff is so interesting as well. And I wonder if we're going to see MIHAWK going off the Marines, because I think that's the reason why MIHAWK has joined the Crossguild, purely for the action. And Crocodile, I think, is there for the business and that business aspect, because we all predict that Crocodile is going to take over the underworld eventually and be a big time mafia crime boss. Then he already is. So yeah, I'm hella excited for all this. But yeah, so chapter's coming out this week. 1057 is coming out this week. I'm excited for it. I have not been spoiled on it, so that's great. But anyway, yeah, that's the chapter. Sorry for being late. And yeah, peace out. Have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Peace out. Drake with Sean.